guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I wanted to do something that I hadn't planned to do at all, but my partner was buying some fancier food recently, just a few like fun condiments and things like that, and they bought me lots of fun beverages because I am very much a fun beverage girly. I really like sweet drinks. I think it's very much, I don't know, maybe it's like a sensory seeking thing, or maybe, I mean, I very much like it for the taste. I was thinking about this the other day and I was like, there must be people who go through life, I think both food and drink actually, but I was thinking about drink in particular, that they go through life drinking drinks just to like stay hydrated, or like drinking coffee or tea like for the caffeine, and they don't drink things like for the flavour of it, or to get that kind of like, I don't know, to get that kind of satisfaction of having had like a tasty drink. And I just can't relate to that at all. Yeah, every so often I'm just like, oh, I really need to have like a fun or exciting beverage. Maybe in part because I don't really drink tea or coffee as well. So yes, they bought me lots of really fun drinks, and I thought it would be really fun to do a video to show you the drinks, like to go through them. And because I have my nails on, I was like, oh, I could do lots of fun tapping as well, which I find really satisfying, and I know some people really find that satisfying to listen to. And also if you're like in a rut with your own beverage situation, then you might be like, oh, this has inspired me to go look for some fun beverages. So yeah. So the first beverage is actually a beverage that I've had before. It's called G-Spot. Apparently Gillian Anderson is involved in the advertising for this. I can't remember if I've seen this or not. I feel like I have and I just don't remember. I assume it was suggestive and hilarious given the name of the drink brand. But I really like these. So the one that I have here at the moment is the G-Spot Lift, and it is red berries and sarawak, boosted with adaptogens and nootropics, sparkling functional drink. So I've tried 3 of these. I forget what the all like the little names are on each one. I've tried this one, which I really like. I have tried the green, it's like apple and sage or something, and I really liked that. And then they had another one that was ginger and peppercorn, which I thought I would like because I like ginger and peppercorn. I thought I would like the combination. But I think I found it a bit underwhelming, like the flavor wise. So I don't know if I would have that one again. But yeah, this one I really liked. I think this is like a peppercorn one as well, unless I'm remembering wrongly. Let me just. Ooh, this one's got more of a thuddy tap because of the nature of the can. So this one says, power up, morning, afternoon, or whenever your energy hits a low point, power up. Red berries and it's really hard to say that, sarawak are on hand to uplift your spirits sip by sip, making sure you feel unapologetically you. And inside it has maca, ribose, bacopa and cordyceps. I know cordyceps is a mushroom, I'm not sure about the rest. And it's also got various vitamins. So this one has B3, B6, B2, B5 and B1. Coriander. Why do I feel... Yes, oh, so the black pepper, the sarawak in this is the black pepper. So obviously they like putting black pepper in a few of their drinks, which, you know, is fun. I really like putting black pepper on stuff, and it's quite nice to drink. Like, you wouldn't think that it would be, but I think it works really well with just sort of contrasting against like a sweet kind of taste. Tippy tips. Shall I try? Ooh, that's a good. I think I have recently been, I've recently been trying a lot of different supplements and not having too much luck with them, to be honest. But I have found these drinks a really useful kind of smaller version of that. They usually contain vitamins, They also contain various, so like there's the maca root extract and various mushroomy things. And some of them contain lion's mane, which I have found, I don't know if it's the lion's mane itself or combined with the other ingredients, but I found whenever I have a drink with that in, it seems to like give me like a little mood boost for a short period of time, which is obviously nice. I wouldn't say it works every time, but I've definitely noticed there are a few times where I've had it. And I don't think, I mean, it could be a placebo effect, but I don't think that it is. That I'll just sometimes feel like a little bit of a boost. So yeah, I do feel like these work. But even if they don't, if you just want like a nice flavored drink, then it's just kind of a fun option, and I guess like an alternative to sort of squash, or you know, if you don't drink, if you're like me and you don't drink tea or coffee, but you want something that might give you a bit of a boost, it's a good option. So yes, I would definitely recommend these. So the rest of the beverages that I'm going to show you are beverages that I haven't tried at all before. So I'm afraid I can't speak to whether or not they taste good or whether or not they are effective, I suppose, in any kind of added benefits that they say that they have. But yeah, I'm excited to try them. So the next exciting beverage we have, and I really like this can, by the way. I love this, like just this sort of bright mustardy yellow. Like just looking at it feels like a mood boost, so that's a win. So this one is called Jaga, a brand that I haven't heard of, and it's pomelo and passion fruit. I was going to Google what pomelo is before I started this video and I forgot, so I can't remember. I think it's a fruit as well, but I can't remember. I'm like, is it, in my head it's either kind of like a lemon or it's kind of like a, I don't know what it is. Pomelo. That's embarrassing. So this is lightly sparkling as well, infused with reishi, cordyceps again, ashwagandha and magnesium. Both reishi and ashwagandha are something that I've been kind of meaning to try. I have vaguely heard stuff about them also being good for like boosting your mood. But yeah, these are kind of areas that I'm only just sort of starting to get into myself, so I can't really provide any accurate commentary on whether or not it works. I don't think I've ever had anything with either ashwagandha or reishi before, so yes. But this one contains, so it says stay cool inside and out, powered by a calming and uplifting blend to help you stay cool inside and out, and it contains reishi mushroom, cordyceps, L-tryptophan, I've heard of that but I can't remember what it is, ashwagandha and L-theanine. L-theanine is something that I have seen in my CBD drinks when I have those, so I think it's sort of a similar thing again for like relaxing and sort of lifting your mood. Oh, and this one's also got vitamin C in it as well, which is maybe why they've made it this sort of like, I think I associate vitamin C most strongly with like oranges, so I'm guessing that's why they've made the can this kind of orangey yellow colour. Yeah, I really like passion fruit as well, so this one is one that I'm particularly looking forward to trying. I've noticed there's two distinct can sizes now. We have the tall thin can and we have the short, the classic can, if you will. So yeah. If you on top too. Okay, let's move on to can number 3. That was harder than it needed to be, wasn't it? So this is another tall, thin can. This one is called, I think it's Unai. I think that's an I. Sparkling lemon and lavender. I don't think I've really had much lavender flavoured stuff, so we'll see how that goes. Unwind, calm and balanced, and this contains reishi and ashwagandha as well. So this one on the back says, feel connected to yourself, to others, to nature, to now. Join the movement to conscious connection powered by nootropics and adaptogens. Get grounded with Unai. 100% natural, vegan friendly. And this one also contains vitamin B12 and magnesium as well. Yeah, I've been trying to get into with the supplements because I get really bad like PMS generally. I've just been trying to find stuff that I feel like will give me a bit more energy, as well as like the vitamins I already take. So I recently tried omega. I took a supplement that was like omega 3, 6 and 9, and it also had like fish oil in it and stuff like that. But I don't know, it just made me feel a bit odd, like a bit agitated, and it gave me like bad dreams. So yeah, I am not taking that anymore. But it was worth a shot. I just like to try new things and see sort of if they're useful, really. I don't think it really does any harm as long as you're careful about it. Okay, so let's move on to can number 4. So can number 4 is another stubby one again. This one is called Living Things. Again, like I said before, I've not tried any of these apart from the first one that I showed you, so I don't know what it's like. This one is lemon and ginger. I'm not as into lemon flavoured stuff. I don't mind lemonade though, but I think the fact that this has ginger as well will make it a bit more my vibe. So this one says it's gut friendly, lightly sparkling, lemon and ginger, prebiotic soda, bursting with belly loving benefits, low calorie, high fiber, 2 billion live cultures, I'm sorry. This one contains chicory root as well, apparently. So this one, they've not crammed as much stuff in it as the other ones, but it's meant to be one of those ones that's good for your gut. Which I have seen a lot of people say that stuff doesn't really work because it doesn't, I think it gets absorbed by your body before it reaches your gut usually, but I don't know. It looks like a fun beverage either way, doesn't it? And I really like the design. It's a little bit retro, I think. The sort of font and just the style of it reminds me, it feels a little bit like sort of late 70s maybe in design. It's cool, it's eye-catching. I love an eye-catching can. Do some tippy taps. I'm also really glad that I'm finally doing this video because I really wanted to start drinking these when they arrived last week, but I was like, no, I'm going to wait and be good. And I'm going to do this video first, so I can finally this week start cracking into some of these, which will be nice. I'm not going to have one every day. I think I want to like sort of make them last a little bit, so I think I will have like 1 or 2 a week, and just make them last for as long as I can. Tippy tippy tip taps. I'm really sorry as well that, although to be fair, I can't open, this is the one problem with having awesome nails, I find it really difficult to open cans. But that is the one thing that you won't get in this video, is the really satisfying like noise when you open a can, because I think that's got to be in like the top 10 best noises of all time in my opinion. It's just a really satisfying noise. But you'll get lots of tippy taps instead. Okay, so we're coming towards the end now. We have 2 cans to go. So let's move on to can number 5. I feel like I'm on one of those game shows where it's like, can number 5, come on down. Show us what you got. So can number 5 is another slim boy, another tall slim boy. This one is called Belly Dance. Gut grooving kefir soda cherry berry, so it sounds quite tasty. This one has 6 billion live cultures apparently, so it's already, the last one said it had 2 billion, this one's got 6 billion. So they're like, we've crammed even more live cultures in here. So this one says, made by microbes, Belly Dance is a friendly fermented fizz made from water kefir bubbling with gut grooving bacteria. 6 billion live cultures, 100% natural, low sugar, low calorie, caffeine free, no sweeteners and no stevia, and it's also vegan and gluten free, which I think most of these ones are, to be fair. So what do we have in here? I think it's mostly, it's just the kefir and all the various bacteria. Is that the right word? Well, I guess that's essentially what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. 13 calories. They always say that. I genuinely don't care how many calories are in any of these drinks that I'm drinking, but you know, some people do, so. This one's quite cool. I don't like it as much as the other designs, but it's still nice. It's got that, again, it's got that sort of 70s feel. A lot of them have gone for that. I don't know whether or not maybe they feel like people associate that with, like, you know, feeling like sort of free, feeling happy, like, you know, that sort of groovy baby like aesthetic. I don't know, but it's quite psychologically, I'm kind of interested, because I feel like they've either gone for this aesthetic, or they've gone for like a very, like, this one is very like utilitarian in comparison. So they're either like very matter of fact, or they're trying to be kind of more fun and playful. So two quite different approaches. Both equally valid. Okay, so we are on to the final can. I also just want to say it's very satisfying to me that all of these cans are more or less different colours. Apart from, I have two blue ones, but one's dark blue and one's light blue, so I think that's quite fun. So the final can number 6, we have a lovely green. This one says Genie. I assume the brand is Genie and not Genie. Genie Kombucha, I can't talk today, I'm so sorry. Genie Kombucha Dry Apple, a perfect blend of fermented tea with natural extracts and juices. I have been getting a little bit more into kombucha slowly. I've not had as many as, like, compared to, say, the G-Spot drinks and CBD and stuff, but yeah, I'm trying to branch out a little bit with my beverages slowly but surely. So let's see what this one says. There's lots of information. Supernatural kombucha, a fruity fermented soda made with black tea and real apple juice, deliciously tart with a crisp kick. A blend of kombucha and real juices crafted so you'll love every drop, with ethically and sustainably sourced ingredients you can sip away with no worries. And again, they'll emphasize that it's only 73 calories per can. So they fermented it for 10 days, apparently. That's how long they fermented it for. Ethically sourced, 100% vegan, no added sweetener. I don't think they've put any of the other, you know, the other ones have like the reishi and stuff. This one is just a kombucha drink, so. But yeah, looks like a nice beverage. I'm looking forward to trying that as well. Tippy tap, tippy tap, tippy tap. I will also say, if anyone has any beverage recommendations that are quite similar to all the ones I've just shown you, please leave them in the comments. Other than these, I think CBD drinks are my main go-to, although I think since I've moved on to the other stuff, I've not, like the G-Spot and that kind of thing, I've not really had them as frequently, although they are kind of pricey as well, so. But I am really enjoying that, like, I don't know, all these like alternative beverages seem to be making a resurgence, becoming more mainstream, whatever you want to call it. I don't remember seeing them, apart from kombucha obviously, which has been around for, you know, a long time, but I think all these other options are just starting to become more and more in the mainstream, which is cool. Beverages. But yeah, that is everything from me for today. I hope you enjoyed the relaxing tippy taps. Yeah, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Bye bye.